Hello, all. I hope you had a good day. Oh my gosh, I have not been feeling well at all. I left work a little early. I've been going back and forth if I was going to make a video because I really truthfully didn't feel up to it. But I don't know, I'm so authentic and transparent that I just like kind of rolling with things, putting things out there, seeing where they land, especially when I have so much shadow band that follows me. Sometimes I just like to mix things up. But I was just watching Baron live. I'm so proud of him. He's quitting his 9 to 5er. He's such a good podcaster. You know, I watch a lot of these podcasters. I'm like, man, it's incredible what they do. It's incredible. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching them and I'm just like, man, I don't know that is what I want to do. To be honest, there's just people designed to push out truth and justice like that, you know, and his wheelhouse of knowledge and wisdom and just how he builds his opening statements is just, I don't know, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. He's got such a gift and he is walking in his calling and I love seeing it. I love seeing it unfold. Same thing with Candace. Same thing with Ian Carroll. Valhalla. I mean, I can go down the list, you know, and there's a lot of people in the free market. Tucker, Marjorie. I mean, there's just so many different ones, you know. I love seeing people stand out on truth, their truth, and stand up for what's right. And I love that Baron always gives open perspectives, you know, in reference to Venezuela. You know, there's just so much behind the scenes that we just don't know about, you know. My biggest thing is that I struggle with, and that's just based off everything that I walk through every day, like day to day. I struggle with people understanding that there is so much grossness and so much injustice and so much happening corruptive wise and deception wise, and they know about it and they choose not to do anything. You know, that's my biggest thing with Trump. You know what I mean? Like, I so badly want to always see the best in everybody, you know? And I hope for that. And again, I can only imagine the magnitude of carrying that type of position, right? But what I do know is that we unfortunately live in a world now where people who get taken out or in the way that Charlie did, and then it becomes a solid, huge cover-up, and we're not talking about it, that's a big deal. And now they're rolling life insurance into it, which is freaking nuts. And it was so crazy to hear Baron say that he thought that Erica was a plant. Because that's the truth. She was, you know, and I know about that. And this is how these people operate, man. You get these little plants in your life designed to do whatever to you or keep you controlled. And once they lose control over you, you would then become expunged to them, where they can take you out or they will demolish your life. That is exactly how these people operate, to a T. And it's the ones you love the most. I give grace that I did not have any kids with any of my plants. Thank gosh. By the grace of God. You know? Could you imagine? Seriously, could you imagine? It's crazy. By the grace of God, my son's father was not a plant. You know, my son was a miracle. We'll say that. He was a miracle. And my son's father knows what's up to. That's been a hard road these 18 years, to say the least. But I know he wasn't a plant. God designed to place him in my world so he would, you know, give me my son. That said, something that's really been heavy on me that I actually talked with some coworkers today about, and I'm going to unpack it a little bit more, but so often enough, I'm seeing where there's some really skewed areas in the business world when it comes to religion, and how that's so much thrown in our face or misused or weaponized and used as a tool of conformity. And if you don't conform, then it's one of those things where you're like literally crawling up a wall, and it's hard, it's really hard. I struggle with that very much so, because I'm one of those people that, I walk by my faith. I walk by my knowing and my belief and the relationship that I carry with God and recognizing what Jesus did on the cross. But I'm not one of those people that I want to shove it down people's throats. Like, I will talk all day about it to anybody that wants to talk about it. But I'm not one of those people. And I just feel like when you are a business and you are making money on a profitable side of things, I feel as though that there's a lot of skewed areas in reference to professionalism and religion. And it's like I've been unpacking that a lot in my head of just like, wow, the mechanics of this world has really, really taken religion and God's name and his glory and weaponized it on a whole different level. And then another thing I wanted to touch on. So I've had quite a few people in my passing that are retired. This came to me earlier. That are retired, and they're like, I've paid my dues. And I couldn't agree more. I feel saddened for the veterans that are on the street homeless. And I feel saddened for those that should be retired now, but they can't based off the economy. But another angle that I thought about it when he said that, immediately when he said that, I thought, well, golly, how nice is it though, for the time when you were in the working world, the economy wasn't such crap. You weren't having to face what we're having. Now, there was the Depression. And depending on where you land on your birth chart and things like that, where you fell, or even if you were here during the Great Depression, right? But it's just like, I think that there needs to be some humility and humbleness in recognizing what the general public right now, meaning me and whoever else, is having to face right now to make ends meet. To just make ends meet, to keep food on the table, to keep light bills on, all right? To keep the mortgage paid, to keep your rent paid, to keep your health insurance in check, and be able to pay for your pharmacies, your medications. I mean, these are all necessities that everybody's just trying to make ends meet. And so, yeah, you paid your dues, and I couldn't agree more. And I have no intentions of not being a part of the working world, but you need to throw some slack, some humility to recognizing what kind of crap show we're all living in right now. All right. And we may not even be able to ever retire at this rate as they keep pushing the number up. Okay. Not to mention if there even is going to be any Social Security when we're all said and done. I mean, and these are all realistic things. These are all realistic thoughts. These are all realistic opinions. And I'm not saying mine are right. I'm not saying mine are wrong. But I'm just saying, like, these are some things that I think about when my day-to-day, and the aspect of the religion and the business front. I want to unpack that because I just feel like there's so much grossness there. And misuse and representation of God. Like, nowhere in the Bible did God talk about profiting businesses and using his name to do it. I don't think so. There could probably be some Bible verses skewed for that. I mean, you could skew a Bible verse for anything these days, but you see what I'm saying? And then I look at, TPUSA and the nonprofit and the way that organization has been ran. And it's just like, these elites and these billionaires, and they're all somehow intertangled. And it's just like, while people are working 2, 3, 4 jobs to make ends meet, and people are being targeted and going through shadow banning like I am, and they can't even get their own place when they've busted their butt and been a part of the working world since she was 16 years old, 15 actually. So it's like, no. And then they want to judge you because they attack you and their attacks didn't work. And then there's that portion of it too. Or they pulled out life insurance plans and you ain't dead. And so there's just a lot of different angles. This will probably get 0 views. But I love you guys. I hope this video resonated. Sweet dreams until tomorrow.